that are just joining us from every which way. And we want to say welcome, and thank you all so much for joining us. Out of respect for your time, we're going to go ahead and get our meeting started, and out of respect for Dr. Prasad's time. So we know that your time is very valuable. For the record, today is July the 10th, and it's 2022. It's a little bit after 5 o'clock p.m. on a Sunday afternoon. I applaud you all for taking the time out of your busy schedules. There's so many other things that you could be doing on a Sunday afternoon, but you've taken the time to come here to support this conference and to show appreciation for a brilliant scientist that we're going to be having a conversation with this afternoon. Because I can tell you from the time that I've gotten to know Dr. Prasad, there's a level of brilliance here that I have not run across in my lifetime. And I've talked to a lot of professionals, a lot of doctors and scientists, over the years since I've jumped into the health and wellness industry. But this man is unusual. So you're going to be happy that you've taken the time to join us here this afternoon. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't recommend that you do anything I say because I say it. I also don't recommend that you take this meeting and any discussion like this as a substitute for a visit to your primary health care professional. We strongly recommend that you seek the competent medical advice of professionals that you trust. The information that you'll hear here today is for information and educational purposes solamente, only. So take that and add it to your own repertoire, and you can add that to discussions that you're having with your primary healthcare physician as you make decisions about what you will do going forward. There are a lot of people who spend time researching on the internet, trying to figure out what to do to feel better. Doctors like it when you are actively, mentally, and emotionally involved in your health care and well-being. So you're not to be chastised for that by a doctor. And if you are, you might want to consider finding another doctor. But anyway, today we're going to be talking about the science of collagen with Dr. Prasad. And that's where the path that our discussion is going to take today. And to introduce the discussion, though, Jeff, do we have a recording available of Micci Morris?
Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to connect with her just before when I saw her logging in, but and I tried to get her in a little early. So Micci, if you're willing to share your story, we would love to just talk with you for a couple of minutes. Are you willing to do that with us, Micci?
Yes, I am.
All right, very good. So let's add her to the discussion, please. Please, Jeff.
Absolutely. There we go.
All right. Now, where did Micci go? Okay. So what you're about to hear, folks, is a story that we will share with us. If we can get Micci on the screen with us. Okay, there she is. So you're about to hear a discussion, with Micci that she shared with us a couple of weeks ago. That was quite interesting, quite compelling. She had no idea that we were going to be talking at all about anything having to do with the brain. But Micci, if you would just tell us, first of all, tell us a little bit about your mom's condition and then what you observed as she began to add nutrition to her diet.
Yes, my mother is an Alzheimer's person, and she's been that way for about 10 years. And I've been taking care of her here at home. And each year around about her birthday, around about April, I would see more declining. She was doing pretty good. Some sentences, kind of washing her face. Even now she's sitting over here. She would fold her clothes. I would give her a basket of clothes and she could, fold the clothes or little hand towels up until about the first of this year. Well, around about February, March, everything just kind of stopped. She wasn't doing any of it. And the washing the face, getting out of the tub, she couldn't do any of that since about 2019. And so I was sharing that about 3 weeks ago, I started her on the collagen once a day. I would put it in her Ensure, and sometime we would put it in the cereal, and maybe about one brain boost. And one day in the shower, I turned around to get some more soap and she just stepped out of the shower. 1, 2, she was out of the shower. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, be careful. And then I got her back in the shower and I was like, why don't you try and wash your face? Not only did she wash her face, she washed her neck and continued to wash her entire body. And just kind of skipping over some things I even shared with the neighbors. We took her walking on a walker and they were like, oh, we haven't seen her in a while. And they started calling her name. Her name is actually Queen. They call her Miss Queen. And she started waving at them. And they was like, wow, she's doing really well. And so even on this week, now, mind you, I went over to see about my brother that I shared that has the pancreatic cancer. So I had not given her the collagen. I think I only gave it to her Monday and Tuesday, perhaps on Wednesday, but Thursday and Friday, I did not give it to her. Well, I get it. We got another shipment in and I gave it to her yesterday. And I gave her the brain boost on yesterday. Well, last night when we were getting ready to go to bed, and I know you said you wanted to know anything she did, even if it's a toothpick, we were getting ready to go to bed and she loves to try and make up her bed. Well, I wish I would have had my camera. She got in the bed and crawled on all fours to go over to the other side to make her bed. And that blew me away. She has not done that, anything remotely like that in about 5 years. And I'm like, wow. And she crawled back and came on the other side. And of course, I tried to get her to do it again. And of course, she wouldn't. And this morning, when I went to get her up before church, she was already up sitting on the side of her bed. And she doesn't get up on her own. So she was just sitting on the side of the bed and I'm like, oh, wow, look at you. And of course she sat there a while. And then this evening when I went to get something to eat and I wrote it down and I told my husband I wasn't going to share with him until I got online. But when I went to Publix to get something to eat and I came back, she was sitting on the sofa and she was laying down. And I said, hi, Ma. And she goes, I'm just laying here. I just washed some things and I laid over here on the bed. 2 sentences. She has never, ever done that. And I gave her the collagen this morning and I gave her a brain boost and a micro daily. And she patted the sofa for her bed. She said, I'm just laying here on the bed. I just washed, she couldn't get the whole sentence. I just washed some things. I'm just laying here. And tears on the inside, I could not believe she was able to get those many words out. And I'm like, something is going on here. Something is going on here because I have not given her anything but that collagen and that brain boost. And that was with 2 days of even skipping it. So something is happening. Something is happening.
It sure sounds like it to us. And thank you very much for sharing the story and giving us an update on that, Micci Morris. We look forward to further updates from you in the future. We're going to make a transition now from that discussion. And keep in mind, folks, when you hear testimonials, testimonials are purely anecdotal. What happens to one person may or may not happen to you. And in this discussion, we're not trying to make a claim that collagen daily, micro daily, or brain boost is a cure or treatment for a disease. Engage Global does not make those claims whatsoever. It's a nutritional supplement that helps the body to do what it's designed to do. So results are atypical, and what happens to one person may or may not happen to you. But we're excited to hear when someone's health makes that kind of a turnaround. It's just very exciting for us to hear. We love to share that information. So we're going to transition now into our discussion with Dr. Prasad. Dr. Prasad, for most of you, don't need any introduction, but I'm going to just tell you briefly that Dr. Prasad is a world-renowned scientist. Dr. Prasad has been published more than 250 times and has And as far as scientists go, to be published that many times mean that you've thought up more than 250 things that his brilliant contemporaries have not considered. Dr. Prasad finished the getting his radiation biology PhD, a 7-year course in about 3 years. So he really is brilliant. And he's authored more than 31 books now. I think he's told me he's working on his 32nd book. So we're happy to introduce to you all Dr. Kedar Prasad. Thank you again for joining us, Dr. Prasad.
Thank you, Jonathan, for inviting me. And I'm so excited to hear your colleague, mother's situation. It is so exciting that, when you prepare all these things, you think it might work, but you never know until somebody tells, at least in one case, it looks like a very interesting approach to improve their health.
Can I ask you one question just in connection with that?
Yes.
When I look at a list of information like this, and from my own personal basic knowledge of Alzheimer's, what's the connection between Alzheimer's and beta amyloids?
Yeah, beta amyloid is produced by the larger protein called amyloid precursor protein. And when you have a lot of oxidative stress, then they start making a lot of beta amyloid. And beta amyloid is a fragment of protein, a small protein, but it is very toxic to the cells. And they are supposed to kill the cholinergic neuron, which are responsible for storing your memory and also the recalling capacity. And so amyloid is very deadly molecule once it is formed too much. And then they also form what is called amyloid plaques. And when amyloid plaques outside the nerve cell is formed, then it becomes like a foreign object because there are all kind of junks are there. And so they become a constant source of inflammation. And so you have very high degree of inflammation and oxidative stress. And then under that condition, more and more beta amyloid are formed that is very toxic.
So then if beta amyloids remain in the brain and build up, that's a serious problem then as far as cognitive function is concerned.
Yeah.
Is it similar with, we had someone write in and ask us about something called Lewy body dementia.
I think Lewy body dementia there is a different protein. Lewy body dementia, where instead of beta amyloid, there is an excessive amount of produced a protein, which is normally very good protein, but when you produce it in excessive amount, it's called alpha-synuclein protein. And alpha-synuclein protein, if they accumulate too much, they become aggregated, and they get all bunched up together just like a amyloid plaque, and they start causing damage not only to the cholinergic neuron, but that is also involved in Parkinsonism. So they can also kill dopamine neuron. So Lewy body is formed. This is a special kind of protein, that normally is very alpha-synuclein is very important function in the brain. But when you're producing excessive amount and they start accumulating and bunching together, and then it becomes very toxic.
I see. Well, it'll be interesting to hear your comments after you give us a little bit of an understanding of how this collagen works. If there's any application for micro daily and these kinds of things, perhaps with a person who might be dealing with that kind of dementia as well. Yeah. So share with us whatever you'd like to share with us, Dr. Prasad. We have this presentation that was kind of put together. We'd love to hear your comments about exactly what collagen is.
Yeah. And as you can see that it is one of the most important protein in your body. It represents almost like a 30% of total body protein that you have is collagen. And so it is very important. And collagen, a strong fiber, work like a glue. They hold things together. So it is not only present in the skin, but it is all places like muscles, bones, tendon, ligaments, and sometimes the ligaments has a 60% of the ligaments is collagen. I mean, so collagen is so important for your health, and it deteriorates, as you will see later on. So collagen is a protein, and it is produced in your body, and it different amounts is present in every organ in your body.
Wow.
From heart, brain, skin, muscle, tendon, you name it. Different types of collagen are present there.
I see. I remember having a client some years ago who had something called scleroderma. Her body was making too much collagen, and she just turned into one big blob. It was just the opposite of what normally would happen to a person as they age.
Yeah, I mean, there is no such thing as excessive accumulation of collagen until you have some genetic problem,
right?
But they're making a lot of collagen as it is not being destroyed. But that's a very, very rare disease.
Mm-hmm.
But normally, aging process, I think collagen declines as you grow older. And as you can see here in this case, there are 28 and now 29 different types of collagen. And each type has its own genes. So there are 20 different genes which code for a different types of collagen protein. And most of them are though type 1, which is a skin, bone, eye, and heart. Collagen 2 is a cartilage, and collagen 1 and 3 is in muscles. And importantly, collagen 6 is in the brain. That's the only tiny amount of is in the brain. It is in neuron, not in glia cell. When we say brain, these collagen are present only in the nerve cells, not the supporting cell glia cells. And it provides a lot of protection. But anyway, so most important collagen type 1 and 3. For brain health, that type 1 and 3 is not important. For brain health, only 6 is important. And from these collagen are converted to collagen 6. And it's not converted necessarily because when you take a full collagen, like generally in our formulation, which is a number 1 and number 3 types collagen we have, which represents 90% of the total collagen. Mm-hmm. So when they get hydrolyzed in the gut, because you take the collagen peptides, they get converted to amino acid. And amino acid then goes to a different cells, and different cells have a different genetic makeup for each type of collagen. So when it goes to the brain, amino acid, brain has a gene to make a collagen 6 only. And therefore, will make 6. A skin has a number 1 and number 3, so they pick up because they have a gene for that. And so when amino acids are there, they will start making the protein for that particular cell. So each organ or each cell has a different types of collagen for which they have different types of genes. So when you provide the whole collagen, and then amino acid goes to a different part of the cells, and then they make their own protein. So it is not that it makes from one protein that get converted to a different protein. But amino acid goes there, and each cell has a different gene for that particular collagen type, and then they make their own collagen. So for example, if you take a number 1, number 3, all the amino acid goes, they don't distinguish. They goes to the brain, they go every place else. But then cell says, oh no, I have to make only number 6. So they make it because they had gene for number 6. And that's why I can't make it type 2 or type 3. You see what I mean, John?
Yes, I got you.
So this slide is not correct.
Okay. So it's not like it's converted to
no.
number 6.
Amino acid goes to
expresses it accordingly.
Yeah, goes to the cell, and then cell has a different gene for particular that type of collagen, and then they make that collagen.
I see. So the cell is doing it. So do I need to eat type 6, or is type 1 and type 3 good enough then for brain health?
Right. Yeah. So it is because it will go, amino acid will go there. And type 1 and 3 is good for brain health because amino acid will go there various parts, not only brain, but for other places as well.
Very good. Very good. Okay, that makes perfect sense then. So even though we're looking at just these two types, that kind of connects us back to what we heard Micci Morris saying in the beginning, because she was giving her mom this type 1 and type 3 collagen, and she's seeing results in her mom.
Yeah, right, exactly. Because they get
The body knows what to do.
Brain, number 3 and number 6, because brain neuron has a gene for number 6, so they make it number 6. And like you said, that which are readily absorbed from the intestine. That's the reason we use collagen peptide. If you can't take a whole collagen, because first it is coming from a different species of animal, it can cause allergic reaction. And plus, if you take a collagen, this will be, it has to be converted to amino acid. And that will be very difficult to convert the whole collagen until you break them apart. And then it is easy to get converted to amino acids. And that's the important things to be absorbed.
Okay, so Dr. Prasad, we're talking about the collagen peptide, not whole collagen here.
No, you can't. You take whole collagen, yeah.
Okay.
It's collagen peptides, which is
I hope everybody's getting that. The lights going on here, folks. It's for me anyway. The lights are going off. That we're talking about collagen peptide. That's a whole different thing.
That's right.
That's a breakdown of the collagen molecule. So with the peptide, which is what this product is,
yes,
now the body can make it into what it needs to be.
Right.
Oh,
then organ and decides what kind of gene they have and what kind of collagen they need. And so that's why it is very important to have a collagen peptides. And the reason we have number 1 and 3, because they represent 90%. You can't give everybody 28 different types of collagen.
That's right.
So, but body, you provide enough amino acid that they can make it 28 different types of collagen.
Your body knows what it needs.
That's right, exactly. As long as you provide them amino acids.
So why do we need to keep taking these peptides in? I mean, if my body has made the collagen in the first place, what happens to us?
Well, as you grow older, then your body have a high level of oxidative stress. When that happens, then they increase the enzyme which destroy collagen, like collagenase. Like you can see that as you grow older, the enzyme increases. That's one thing. And also the free radicals, which are also present in older people if you don't take any micronutrient.
Yeah.
And then they directly damage your collagen. And if you are exposed to go to many white people goes to sun and wanted to become like me, and but it causes damage. Ultraviolet light will damage your collagen directly. And so there is 2 ways as you grow older. You're endogenous, and if you misuse your body, then it will be more rapid decline in collagen. And consequences of that collagen decline is sagging of the skin, wrinkling of the skin becomes dry and less elastic, loss of cartilage tissue, tendon and ligament become weak. These are just the aging and consequences of loss of collagen. So people have not realized the importance of collagen, how important it is for your aging, not only your skin, because most of the people pay attention to the skin, but it is equally important for your heart, for your kidney, for brain.
So then if we have less collagen, we're talking about some serious problems, not just the sagging of the skin here, but the pain that goes along with it.
Yes.
But 2 things are happening. My body's making less collagen, and I have things attacking the collagen that I have.
Yeah, right, exactly. And so that's why, you can see that it is so important, like on aging, something you can't avoid it. Aging, you can't avoid it, but you can prevent it, reduce the rate. Aging can cause a gradual loss of as you grow older. Sunlight, as I mentioned it, too much exposure to ultraviolet light makes it fiber unravel, and sun damage, such as wrinkles, and smoking. Anytime which increases free radicals, that is deadly.
You have excess.
That's amazing. People don't realize it, how important it is to reduce the level of free radicals in your body. Smoking is important even in the, in a bone. Bone loss is increases if you are a smoker. So all excessive sugar, of course, is also causes all kind of damage, and of course, including the collagen. So aging, sunlight, smoking, and excess sugar, avoid it. Aging, you can't avoid it, but at least you can reduce it.
Well, let's think about excess sugar. I don't want to drill down too deep on the excess sugar here, but most people, if you ask them if they're consuming too much sugar, most people will say no. But sugar is hidden in so many things now, Dr. Prasad.
Yeah, I mean, for example, if you drink too much Coke or any beverage, they're loaded with sugar. Mm-hmm. But if you enjoy once a day, is okay, but not 5-6 times a day. I mean, sugar is also very important.
That's right.
And for your brain, they require glucose. Mm-hmm. But not the excessive amount.
Right.
But
right.
Teenager and other people you see, they think 5-6 times a day, Coke or Pepsi or many other beverages,
That's not good. Tell us a little bit about this hyaluronic acid, Dr. Prasad.
Yeah, this is the compound in your skin that absorbs the moisture. So it is responsible for moisturing of the skin. So the skin remains more moist. And as you grow older, the level of, again, for the same reason, the level of hyaluronic acid decreases. Mm-hmm. And if it decreases, then your skin becomes dry, scaly, and becomes also, it looks terrible.
So are you trying to tell me then that the fact that that my feet aren't as dry as it used to be is not because of my loofah scrub, it's because I'm putting collagen peptides in my body?
Yes. Yeah, I think, this is,
I just
started getting low. Yeah.
I just noticed this, that my feet are not as dry and scaly as they used to be.
Yeah. I mean, that's what price of aging is. And so your question is, how you can, the enzyme that then you have this, and this degrades this hyaluronic acid. And so we have provided the ingredient that will, extra compound. And so you will have you will see the formula later on.
Yes, okay. Okay, so hyaluronic acid is a good thing. So
very good thing.
That's one of the things that we need. So far we're talking about the collagen peptides is what we need. Hyaluronic acid is what we need.
It is a separate compound.
And it has an effect on elastin in our skin?
Elastin is another very important protein. See, hyaluronic acid is a compound. Elastin is a protein. And just like collagen have a collagenase, elastin has another enzyme called elastase. And elastase degrades it. So you block it. So inhibitor that we have provided it, they not only provided the enzyme for collagen that degrades them, but also elastin. And elastin is very important to make your skin more elastic, more, I mean, not only skin, but every place else. Elastin is very, very important for a joint. And so I think, again, if you have elastin is less, then it can cause a skin to sag and wrinkle. And so the question is how you are going to protect it.
Okay, so I need collagen peptides, I need hyaluronic acid, and I need to stop this elastase, which is damaging my elastin.
Yes.
Okay. Now listen, folks, all of you who are listening right now, absorb this next screen and listen carefully as to what this brilliant scientist did to solve the problem of stopping the enzymes in our bodies from destroying our collagen and our elastin. How did you figure out to block this, those two things, Dr. Prasad?
Yeah, I think, so, like all the commercial products that are sold, they just have a various amount of these collagen peptides, 20 grams, because, they recommend 20, 30 grams. But if you don't have an inhibitor, which degrades them, the effects cannot last long. And it, because the enzyme is degrading it, so if you form new one, this will be degraded also. So I decided that we should put some inhibitor of enzyme. So after searching in the literature, I found amla fruits. Amla fruits is very common in India, and it has been used for thousands of years in a variety. It has very antioxidant. They have all kind of useful property. And in Ayurvedic medicine, this has been used for a health reason for thousands of years. So I was surprised that they had an inhibitor of collagenase, another enzyme called matrix metallopeptidase, MPPS, and another is the hyaluronidase. Sorry about that. You can't pronounce some of those things.
That's a mouthful.
That's the Indian accent. But anyway, so these enzymes destroy your collagen in elastin and hyaluronic acid. And so I thought, hey, this is good amla extract would be. So this is a fruit extract. In India, I used to have a amla tree in my neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
And when the fruit gets ripe, I used to go and throw a stone and get few of them on the ground and eat it. It is kind of a lemon, sweet and very tasty. And in India, they make all kind of preparation from amla fruits. So I was surprised to find out they had an inhibitor of these enzymes. Then we found to say, well, let's see, is there any other places that we have it? And then we found out that, well, not green tea extract, but white tea extract has again, collagenase and elasticity. And they had a study was there that when they combined both extract, that inhibition was much better than alone. So I said, I can add both these two together so that you have an optimal effect. It is never 100%. You don't want 100%, but it is sufficient amount so that whatever you are taking it will stay in your body for a longer period of time. And that was the main reason for adding the inhibitor so that it doesn't get destroyed quickly.
That's wonderful.
So that's not only that, but with Micro Daily, now we have two things. One is vitamin C increases the formation or the rate of formation of new collagen if you have provided the amino acids.
Right.
So Micro Daily has it. Plus, remember, free radicals also directly damage the collagen molecule, which have already formed. So antioxidant that we have in Micro Daily not only stimulates the formation of a new collagen, or the rate of collagen of a new collagen, but it also prevents any direct damage by free radicals because they will destroy free radicals. So you will remain in healthy state for longer period of time and will slow down the rate of aging. I hope for me, it may be too late. But
I'm loving the sound of that. No, it's not too late, Dr. Prasad.
No. I'm just kidding. But I'm saying that it will improve. I have been taking, I think it's since 5-6 days, and I feel great.
Well, every single week that I have a conversation with you, it sounds like you're getting, you're picking up a step. You're getting sharper and sharper than you were, which is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
So what you just described is quite amazing. So the combination of the two is good. Can I back up to the previous screen here just a minute? And you tell us a little bit, because everybody's wondering it. And I get the question a lot. What is it about this collagen that separates it from all the others? Now, you just described it in everything you just discussed. But what we're looking at here on the screen, what's the difference?
There are two differences there. One is we have added the enzyme inhibitor that we mentioned that for collagen and elasticase and all the hyaluronidase. And so that's one difference that you don't see anyplace else.
I see.
Second thing is that we also emphasize the use of vitamin C, and not only vitamin C, but other antioxidants, so that the free radicals are totally reduced. So you just buy collagen peptides in a marketplace and don't take any of these things, micronutrients, like, It may have some effect for some time, but might take a year to show any effect.
Gotcha.
And so that's it. Two ways this is different. One is we have an enzyme inhibitor, and second is we also have a micro daily, which has vitamin C as well as other antioxidant. So not only it will prevent the degradation of the rate of degradation of collagen, but it will also protect from sunlight, from other sources, that free radical generates it. So there are two major differences.
I understand. Because I saw that we've seen some very amazing results just with micro daily on the brain. We've seen people who were suffering with things like certain types of dementia claim that they were getting good benefits from it. And now they add collagen to it. That's an amazing combination.
Yeah. And even there are different forms of dementia, but it is common because free radicals are involved there, and collagen will help because all neurons have this collagen 6, whether it is a cholinergic neuron that is in dementia or dopamine neuron, which is involved in a Parkinson's disease. And so same kind of mechanism might exist there as well.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Very interesting. So just a few additional benefits mentioned on this screen, but most of these are kind of external or cosmetic in nature, but all benefits of collagen, right?
Yes. You can see that it has a anti-aging, like increased levels of hydration, improved elasticity of the skin, reduced skin sagging and wrinkles, recovered lost cartilage tissue. This is very important.
That's amazing to hear that.
Yeah, because so that you can walk comfortably. Strengthen tendon and ligaments. This is important for your joint and everything. And above all, decrease activity-related joint pain, because if you have some back pain like I have, man, I have less, but if you have a joint pain while you are walking, this will improve it. And of course, in menopausal women, also reduce the improve the bone mineral density in post-menopausal women. So it is a lot of improvement to your health together with the micro daily and
That's pretty impressive, Dr. Prasad.
Yeah.
We've
and
kind
here
of
is
full circle here. Now, tell us a little bit more about the brain. You want to give us some more details then about the brain?
Yeah. I mean, as you know, that brain has brain are exposed to highest level of free radicals because they, as you know, they consume, brain takes up about 25% of the oxygen that you breathe from air. And in comparison to other, it takes 25%, so much so. And why it takes it? Because it needed to produce more energy. And where more energies are produced, it is produced by the mitochondria in the neuron. And mitochondria is a small, elongated structure. Without mitochondria, we will be dead. They are the one which produce energy. And so, but it requires oxygen to produce energy. But as a byproduct, it generates a lot of free radicals.
Yeah.
That's one problem. And so much so, it takes oxygen that 2% of unused oxygen by mitochondria leaks out from the mitochondria and generates billions of free radicals.
That's not good for the brain.
No, not only that. It is also that membrane, neuronal membrane, they are very sensitive to free radical damage than any other part of the cell, the membrane. And there is a lot of membranous structure in the brain. So that's also not good for brain. And third thing is, brain has the lowest level of antioxidant.
Oh.
If we know this thing, then it makes sense to provide brain that nature did not provide, to make it rich, because you know what is happening. And that's why after the age of 20, the brain has started losing neuron. And by the age you become 65, many neurons are lost, then clinical symptoms of disease start appearing. And so those people who take care of right from the beginning, then they will have no this kind of problem. And so,
It's not anybody's imagination that we're forgetting things. We're not quite as sharp as we used to. We walk in the room. We jokingly call it sometimes where you walk in the room, forget why you came in there, have to go back out and come back in again and remember what you went in the room for.
Yeah. And so the question is then why it happens. Of course, we mentioned that free radicals and inflammation are major player, and they are major. And then what happens that you form a lot of beta amyloid. So what collagen does, that it binds it, like Jonathan was saying in the beginning, and makes them inactive. And this is very interesting. But see, they are producing a lot in cholinergic neuron. Cholinergic is the neuron, different types of neuron we have in our brain. And cholinergic neuron is the place where they are stored, memory is stored. And so if cholinergic neuron die, then you have memory loss. So it does it. So it binds it. But here, another interesting thing is here, that if you combine this with the micro daily, so suppose there are 1,000 molecules there, and collagen bonds with this, say, 70% of the, but at least 20% of 25% of amyloid is still around there to cause damage.
Right.
Once they accumulate it.
Right.
Antioxidant, what it does, because last step by which amyloid kills neuron cell, that it generates free radicals.
It creates free radicals.
It creates free radical to cause death of the neuron.
Wow.
So if you have antioxidant present in high level there, so you are attacking amyloid from two different pathways by making them inactive and also preventing them. No, if they can produce it, but it won't have any effect because you have blocked the, neutralize the free radicals that beta amyloid is producing.
Wow. What a powerful combination there, Dr. Prasad.
Yeah, it is very important. And another very important thing is that that collagen also produces a brain-derived neurotrophic factor. This is important because this can help also produce, not only protect it, but also produce new neuron.
Oh, wow.
Neurogenesis, they call it. So this is very important. And of course, collagen also has they prevent the loss of muscle cell, reduce osteoarthritis pain, reduce symptoms of arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and accelerate the rate of wound healing. So it has a multiple factor, and many of these factors are also produced by microdaily by different mechanisms. So combination is a perfect union for a max good health. Rate of aging could be reduced, and you can see that all the biochemical mechanisms are involved that we are taking care of.
This is absolutely phenomenal, Dr. Prasad, to see this. The Micro Daily has vitamin E succinate, which crosses the blood-brain barrier.
Yes.
It has N-acetylcysteine, which elevates glutathione in the brain.
Yes.
So you have all kinds of things producing antioxidant activity in the brain.
Exactly. And so that's why what nature did not provide, we are providing it. Brain, high level of antioxidant and high level of collagen, and so that they can be maximally protected.
That's absolutely wonderful and amazing. Amazing to see this and amazing to hear this. I tell you what we're going to do. I'm looking at here. We always have to put the disclaimers in here that these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. The product is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure or prevent any disease. But we are talking.
Somebody has to run a human clinical study combining micro daily type of micronutrient and collagen daily, the way we have it, and run it at some point. I hope by doing this kind of promotion that somebody will decide to run a clinical study in human.
Right.
See, another very important thing is that to mention is that sometimes right now during the last 25 or 30 years, there has been tendency to use animal model. And from there, you can say there is a possibility, but you can't reproduce in human.
Right.
And there have been many examples. For example, vitamin E, tocopher acetate, they use it. They use in Alzheimer. Animal model of Alzheimer, vitamin E was very effective to reduce the memory, improve the memory. But human trial went well, effect was zero.
Ah,
And so, but as you know, our body has a multiple micronutrient.
right.
They are distributed different amount in different part of the cell, different part of the organ. How could you expect? Vitamin E is a lipid soluble vitamin, and 80% of your cell is water. So how you can expect any benefit just protecting the lipid part of the cell, which is about 20%, and 80% you are not protecting it.
Right. Not smart.
And these are studies performed by very famous people.
Yeah.
So,
That's sad to hear. That's depressing.
That you have to think it, how body has it, how it are distributed it, and the way we have produced it. And I hope someday it will cost $20 million to run a study of this complex, but that's okay.
But we'll talk. Let's talk David Milk into coughing up $20 million to do the study.
Yeah, right. Well, when the company becomes $100 million worth, then we can. Once we start selling, say, $5 million a month, then we can make it.
Okay.
Then we can run it. Because, you know, in the university, as long as you can give money, they will run the trial.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Well, let's. You mind if we bring Jeff Ashby into the conversation here for a minute?
Where are you, Jeff?
Yeah. Let's
Right here.
Let's get Jeff in here.
So yeah, tell us some of your wise experience.
Jeff, let's talk a little bit about how this product is made. So we're looking at what Dr. Prasad is recommending here. What can you tell us, Jeff, then about the pricing and some of how the product is manufactured?
Well, absolutely. In order for this to take place, we had to search out a new manufacturer in order to do it. And this manufacturer is leading the entire world as far as collagen production is concerned. And we're in the process of developing quite a relationship with them. So, I mean, before I jump into what's actually on the screen, and this has something to do with it, I want to just hold up my own bottle, or I should say tub.
Yeah.
And talk about now that mine's empty right now, but those of you that are getting these, you'll notice that they're only about 2/3 full. And you'll notice that, and it was on the slide there about the scoop that's involved with it. Well, Dr. Prasad is so fastidious about his formulations that he does not want fillers. He does not want a lot of stuff that really doesn't belong in there. And so when we're going into this company, we're trying to develop a relationship with them and saying, well, right now we're only really projecting this much usage. They said, well, we really, you're not in a place where you can customize your own container. And so we're going to have to do an off-the-shelf version for you. And so the container is this size because that was the least expensive way that we could get going with it. You also notice that because it's about 2/3 full when you get it, that same thing calculates into the use of that scoop. So it says scoop usage. You only need to take about 2/3 of the scoop because with this company, typical collagen production has so much filler in it that this tub would be full and your scoop would be full.
Right.
But Dr. Prasad says, no, we only need what's in there. And so when this tub comes to you and you screw out the lid and you say, oh, I got ripped off. No. Just the opposite. We're trying to take advantage of the pricing for the container, and they already had these on the shelves. And so just when you're taking it, remember that it's 2/3 full and your scoop should be 2/3 full as you're dipping into it. Now there's other individuals out there like Helen and I that just said, hey, you know what? I want a full scoop. And so we're going through more than, but we're worth it.
Yes. I agree with you on that. So
also that, when you are taking in a scoop, it says about 2/3. But, if you can do error by 25-30%, it is a harmless product. It is a protein.
Very
you can't
good.
go right. So you don't have to measure precisely, and so someday could be 20% more, someday 20% less or 30%, but it is non-toxic product. So toxicity is not an issue here.
No,
That's really
no.
interesting. What you both have just said there, because one of the most common fillers is something called maltodextrin, right? And maltodextrin is, the body interprets that as a sugar. So it actually spikes without you even being aware of it. Your body's interpreting it as a sugar and it's spiking glucose level with no benefit.
Right.
So
No.
that's interesting. Jeff, thank you for sharing that. Go ahead, please.
No, I'm just going to say at some point, and when we get up to those millions of cells in a month, we could go back in and have them custom design a container that exactly fits and a scoop that exactly fits what we're doing here, because what we're doing here is so much different than anything else out there that's on the market. I'm going back to the chat here, and it was asked in here, and I get it all the time. What about some that contain this type of collagen or that kind of top collagen or fermented eggshell, or, what about the sea-based type collagen? All of the Dr. Prasad has already checked all of those out. He went with the very best collagens 1 and collagen 3 that's out there, and it's bovine collagen, and it's grass-fed. It's all of those things, gluten-free. That was also mentioned in there. But you know what? We had the very best of the best, and from a pricing guideline, I mean, I'm seeing it in Costco. All of a sudden, Costco's gone in and tried to drop all of their collagen products by like another $5 because there's so many collagen products on the market that people don't really know where to turn, and so they're just starting to price shop.
Yeah,
and that's Go ahead.
I think you mentioned it. For example, when I was doing research on this issue, there were, for example, marine source of collagen like fish, for example, but fish collagen, they accumulate a lot of heavy metal like mercury, lead, and that contamination comes out, and that's not good for your health. And so that's out. And then somebody has a chicken bone, but chicken these days, you don't know what they're getting fed chicken. And so I found out that, is a grass-fed and around GMO. This is the bovine was the best one. After analyzing many sources, I found that this is the best one.
Wonderful. Well, we're excited that you bothered to go through the trouble. Jeff, tell us about mixing it. Why is it that we're talking about using it in hot water? Well, actually, before you say that, Jeff, let me just say this. I ignored the recommendation to use hot water, and I got a little clumpy, kind of yucky mess. Tasteless, but still kind of a yucky mess. I finally decided to listen, and I would make my hot water for my tea, and I would sprinkle my 2/3 of a scoop in my hot water, and it floats to the bottom and completely dissolves as if it's not there.
Yeah. That's interesting. It just slowly dissolves by itself.
It goes right down to the bottom, and it's like it's not even there. Unbelievable. To use hot water, put it in before you put the tea bag in. But right straight in the hot water, just sprinkle it right in, and it just dissolves. You do nothing. No stirring, no nothing. It works perfectly. Or you can mix it in with the yogurt. I did find that was the case. Mixing it with the yogurt works also because it's tasteless when you do it.
Yeah. My wife does it. She makes with the yogurt. But I take warm, sometimes tea or sometimes just slightly warm, 37 degrees. You don't have to hot, slight warm. And so there are many ways you can, whatever way you like.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, let's talk to the sales guy now. So talk to us, Jeff, about how folks can get access to this product.
It's just it's amazing because it was just introduced. That the introductory price of $59.99 is good through August 1st. In fact, we jumped right on it. We added it to our subscription at the first of the month, and we did it in such a way that Helen is getting 2 tubs on her order, and I'm getting 2 tubs on my order because it's We don't want to miss out on that extra $5. I mean, that's $10 between the two of us per container per month. And so we're looking at a $20 per month decision between now and the end of the year, because we're just going through more collagen, because we're worth it. And we're also sharing it with friends. I mean, we're scooping out, putting little baggies and handing them out. But right now you've got 20 days left to add collagen to your subscription. And if you add it to your subscription during this incredible month of July, you're going to get it for the reduced introductory price for the entire rest of the year. And so it's making a decision now that is going to affect it the rest of the year. And the example that I just gave you, you count up the number of months times the number of containers times $5 between now and the end of the year. It was an economic decision for us to make here in the middle of the summer because we want it. Yeah.
Well, they say that gas prices are starting to come down right now, but I don't really believe that they're going to stay down. I don't, pardon me for not being very optimistic, but I just don't believe it's going to stay like that. So what about the bundles here, Jeff? Talk to us.
Well, just going right along with the gas prices and shipping costs and everything else that's going, in that direction. I love how Dr. Prasad says, look, let's put together my choice. So his choice is the Micro Daily. Right there, EMF, it is the flagship product and the base product for everything that we do. You start out with Micro Daily. You add to that the Brain Boost and then the collagen, or the collagen and then the Brain Boost. They go hand in hand. You don't want one without the other. It's just there you go. And then if you really, really want to take care of things, you look at those eyes. Those eyes are the closest organ to the brain. They're also the one that are subjected to the oxygen. Dr. Prasad has talked about how frequently during we're talking hours, you can count them in number of hours that the surface of your eye is being replaced, because your body requires so much there on your eye. In fact, I was just reading through a study, and they said out of everybody's senses, if they had to give up one of their senses, the one that they worry the most about is their eyesight. They can get along without feeling, they can get along without hearing, they can get along without taste, they can get along, but you take their eyes away from them, and that's what everybody is so concerned about. And so we specifically go for that optimal bundle, the Dr. Prasad's choice. I know it's just a little over $200. But if you get it right now with a subscription, I can tell you August 1st, it's going to go a little higher. Right. It's not going to be 204 any longer. It's going to be closer to 209, maybe 210. Yeah. So get it now. Get it on a subscription.
That's good suggestion and good advice. So we highly recommend folks that get back with the person who invited you to this discussion, and they'll help you set up your subscription with this. We do have one of our other co-hosts that's on with us, Dr. Picola. Dr. Picola mentioned that there's a couple of questions in the chat. Did we get all the questions out of the chat, Jeff? And Dr. Picola, if you see a question, please go ahead and unmute, and let's get that question in for Dr. Prasad.
Sure.
Well, again, I can see one of them right here. Someone's saying they can't take collagen. Then I told her, and I forgot, and that's how it's being explained. So today's explanation is answering questions as we got into it. But yes, okay. Dr. Roberts, you did open your microphone and your camera.
Well, there is one more, Jeff. Hello, everybody. Asking about the age of using the collagen. What age is recommended, Dr. Prasad?
Yeah, age, I think anytime after 40, I would say that would be the best time to start to get a maximum benefit. And if you start as you grow, any time, but I think the best outcome would be if you start at the 40, so that you still maintain what you are in 40 for a long time, rather. But even by the age of like mine, still it will be of some value, and I'm feeling it, And so I think, but I started except the like micro daily. I started long time ago. So that's one of the reasons could be that I'm in good shape right now. But plus additional one, eye boost and brain boost and collagen. And these are very, very important for you because you started losing collagen after the age of 30, slowly.
Mm.
And so I think 40 years is the best time to start everything if you have not started micro daily or brain boost. Eye boost you may not need at that time, but until you become 60, but at least the micro daily, collagen and brain boost, these three are extremely important.
Very
So,
good.
Dr. Prasad, for those whose children are asking, those grandbabies are saying, Granny, can I have a little taste of your collagen? It looks so pretty in that pink container. What would you tell that grandma?
No, I think as the children, I think I will avoid children, any collagen for children.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Roberts, for bringing that question in.
Yes, thank you.
There's another question that popped up in the chat. One woman says that she gets headaches every time she takes the EMF, and she's been trying it for quite a while. So would it be better for her to go with the methylated formula?
Yeah, I would say that's what I was suggesting. That it is possible some people could have some allergic reaction, 1 in 100 million, curcumin or resveratrol, or even the so there are 4 components: quercetin and green tea extract. So I think she should try it there and ask her to try to open the capsule and put it in a yogurt or something rather than capsule, because green capsule sometimes has a chlorophyll complex, and again, once in a while they have a allergic reaction. And so I would say that try her, and if it doesn't help, then of course you don't want to take it then.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, so that's very simple. So simplify it and go that route, or try hydro. Someone even suggested.
Yeah, hydro is another one to try hydro, because hydro is the same thing, and so it is possible somebody could be allergic to methylated form of folic acid. You never know.
That's right.
Human body. So I think first try this methylated form, and if still she gets it, then I would say try hydro, and if you still have a problem, then don't take it.
Right. Okay. Well, very good. Okay, so
consult your doctor. I mean, consult your doctor too.
Mm-hmm. Always talk to your doctor about it. So,
Jonathan, there's a question from Andrea Beard in the chat.
go ahead.
I'm driving, so if you could read it.
I'm wondering if after cataract surgery, will the eye boost still help, even though the lens are artificial?
Yeah, I mean, no, after surgery, I think eye boost will continue to do better job, because even after cataract has been removed, so your eyes now you can look better. But still, if you don't prevent any damage, that later on you could develop a glaucoma, you could develop some other forms of eye disease, and therefore prevention would be for your eye health. It is important to maintain eye boost after cataract surgery, and because this will help your eye stay in a good health for a long period of time, because the retina part of the eye is highly oxygenated, and any place you have high oxygen like brain, you generate a lot of free radicals. And the ingredient that we have, for example, astaxanthin, lutein, and zeaxanthin. Astaxanthin they all go relatively much more in eye than any place else. But especially astaxanthin, in one study, they showed it goes 500 times more than zeaxanthin or lutein. So these combinations are very unique preparation that no other product has it. And therefore, to maintain health after eye surgery, it is important to have eye boost.
Okay. Dr. Prasad, another question is, could you please explain again what collagen is destroyed from stomach acid and why ours is different?
Well, the main reason is collagen is different from other types. That's the question, why it is different. Because we have, the other product don't have the enzyme which degrades collagen. This is very important. As you grow older, it is the enzyme activity increases. So they are degraded at a faster rate. And so it is very important to inhibit those enzymes which are degrading the collagen. And that's why we have put it amla extract and white tea extract, because they are very powerful inhibitor of collagenase and MPPS and elastase. So that's one of the major difference. And also major difference is that we always say take with micro daily, because micro daily has vitamin C, which stimulates or increases the rate of production of a new collagen. And then free radicals directly damages collagen molecules. And so we have other antioxidants to prevent newly formed collagen to get degraded from free radicals.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. What a combination we have at our fingertips. Alfreda Strong has a question. She's another one of our regular co-hosts.
Yes, I have Andrea Beard on the line, and I wanted to see if she would unmute and talk about her 3-year-old daughter, and I saw she just posted something in the chat, but if she could unmute and talk to you and Dr. Prasad, tell her story about her daughter.
Can you, are you able to, in a position where you can unmute, Andrea?
Okay.
Yes, sir, I unmuted.
Go ahead, please. Share your story if you don't mind.
Well, I have a 3-year-old daughter. I was actually just in the chat because I didn't know if I could unmute or not. But I have a 3-year-old daughter who, like I posted, she's dealing with inflammatory issues and currently recovering from a right brain injury. And I was kind of talking to Miss Strong about it, but she suggested I tell my story about my daughter and see if there was any products that could help our situation.
Very good question. So it's a 3-year-old and she's having some inflammatory brain issue. We've had some very young infants, Dr. Prasad, that have taken a product. So is that something she can consider if her doctor says it's okay?
Well, if doctor says okay, then the product that I would say that we have a gummy bear for 3 years old, and they try that one. And as for the children, you always consult your pediatrics people and show what you plan to do it. And I think because she has some kind of inflammation and micro daily that we have for gummy bear, not gummy bear, gummy for children. Would be reduce inflammation. So that would be my first line of suggestions, and make sure that you consult with your doctor, and the doctor will say go ahead and do it. But and other than that, if you have any other experience, Jonathan, you can tell her other things. But
all right, very good.
My suggestion would be to take gummy. Did she taking a gummy?
I don't think she can take the gummy bears, right?
She actually can take the gummy bears because she doesn't eat orally. She has a G tube, and she also has a trach.
If that's the case, then if she has a feeding tube, what you might want to consider doing is taking the original formula and then using like a half a capsule and adding it to the to whatever she's able to eat. Okay, so about a half a capsule. And Jeff has had some experience with his
We do. We've had several individuals, and Dr. Prasad, you may remember Cynthia. I mean, how could you not?
Cynthia,
Cynthia. That her first 3 years, the micro daily was given to her through a feeding tube, absolutely amazing experiences after 5 open heart surgeries and a pacemaker that was installed. A lot of the things that I could share the testimony with you at some point with her dad describing it all. But yeah, just opening the capsules.
She had genetic disease, and
Yeah.
doctor said you can make it more than few months. So I think she had a 17 surgery, as I remember.
Exactly.
Mother was
Exactly.
telling me.
Yeah,
But
it was.
anyway, I mean, that kind of extreme conditions has been very valuable for her, at least one person. And now she's, she started when she was 4 or 5, and now she's about 10 or 12.
Yes. Yeah, it's just amazing the difference that this young girl has experienced, and that's the only way they could get it in is through the feeding tube, GI feeding tube.
Okay, so there you are, Andrea. And Alfreda and Andrea, we can definitely talk about it again to share that family story also, to see if there's any possibility as an application for her, okay? So we have one last question here with Galaxy S8, and we're going to have to wrap up. We've exceeded our time.
That's Monica. Good evening. This is Monica.
Hi, Monica. Go ahead, please.
Hi. I want to ask the question. I have a 2-year-old grandson. He has asthma, but he's been getting a lot of episodes of lately. Twice for this year, he has been into the hospital twice. And right now, my son called me and told me that he has an asthma attack where he's breathing and wheezing. He's been back and forth to the doctor. So my question is, he's just 2. For the gummy bear, can he take it at this age?
How old is she?
2.
Oh, 2.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 years. That's tough. He can't. You have to consult a doctor, really. I would say that, at least he can't even take a gummy bear. The only thing you can do, I think that, and again, you consult with your doctors, that like Jonathan suggested, that half of the capsule of micro daily, not EMF, but the other one, methylated one, and mix it with some kind of yogurt or some, and then feed him.
That's the green. That's the green bottle. That's the green bottle one.
The green or the purple bottle.
Purple bottle, yeah. And so, I mean, that's the only thing I can suggest, that you tell your doctor that this is what I think I am doing it, because this can reduce inflammation and therefore some of the symptoms that he has. But we don't know, because we never had this kind of situations, health related in children. But again, I want to emphasize that whatever you do, you consult with your doctor that he plans to do it, and the doctor will see it, and he will say, most likely he will say, oh, just okay. How you are going to do it, That's all I can say, Jonathan.
Okay, thank you, doctor.
And I'll just jump in quickly and say that our grandson Aiden, who had some challenges, we were giving the Micro Daily Hydro actually in his bottle, and it really made a big difference. I mean, he enjoyed it. We got pictures of him just
Yeah, that's another one is Micro Daily that can be taken. But since he's 2 years old, he's not an infant anymore. So 2 years old, he can take some yogurt, a few spoon of yogurt, and if he does like the taste, you can put a drop of honey or something so that it tastes better.
That's one of my favorite pictures, to see that little baby with that bottle.
Yeah.
But listen, folks, we have to leave some hands hanging. I apologize. We're not going to be able to get to all the questions, but I will do this. I'll give you one promise. This Tuesday night at 7:30, we're going to have another meeting, and we will be able to get back to all of the rest of your questions. Some are asking about other little children and other questions along that line. Please go ahead and join us this coming Tuesday night at 7:30, and we'll follow up with all the rest of your questions. And if we can't answer them, we'll make sure that Dr. Prasad gets access to them. But out of respect for his time,
there's got to be
discussion right here. We're going to end our discussion at this point. Okay, so Dr. Prasad, once again, sir, we cannot thank you enough for your being willing to join us on our discussions on Sunday. And we look forward to having you back again. And for everybody, just listen here carefully. Dr. Prasad is going to be coming back with us again at the end of the month. So we'll announce the date pretty soon, but it looks like it's going to be the last Sunday of this month. We'll be able to have another discussion with Dr. Kedar Prasad. So once again, sir, thank you very much for joining us. So if you folks want to unmute, you're more than welcome to do so, but just keep this in mind, as we said at the beginning, testimonials are anecdotal. Engage Global does not claim that Micro Daily, Collagen Daily, Brain Boost, Eye Boost, or any of the products that it manufactures are a treatment or cure for any disease. We strongly recommend that you seek the competent medical advice of professionals. My name is Jonathan. My co-host has been Jeff Ashby and Dr. Picola Roberts and Alfreda Strong. It's our pleasure to be your host and moderators for this afternoon. Thank you all very much for joining us. We'll see you Tuesday night, 7:30. Same ID number, same password. Good night, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Prasad. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Jonathan.
Dr. Prasad. Thank you.
Dr. Robert.